So, this one's gonna be about Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and also Bill Gates. In the first place, in the second place, it is really more about Elon Musk, because I've seen that there's quite a lot of people that seem to be very interested in, how he is, how he's acting, and all those things that actually are somehow correlated to his person, to his personality, to Tesla, and whatever. So therefore, this one's gonna be about Elon Musk, relatively primarily, but more after the intro, as always. So, I'm just having to set up all my blankets because I think you can totally notice the difference between with blankets and without blankets, because without blankets there is literally nearly no echo, at least it is not as much as without the blankets, and this is the reason why I'm having those blankets, those blankets that you can't actually see, the thing is, if I would be having something like this, it would just be amazing, but it is not possible because you can't see me then, and this is not nice. But funny fact, besides my blankets, this is actually the second time I'm recording the exact same episode. This happened to me just, I think, only once or twice before, and it really is interesting because after I've recorded everything, I stopped the recording, and then I looked at the file and was like, well, yeah, okay, it is broken. And I don't know why. This is the problem. I really don't know why this happened. And I've closed every other program that I'm having open right now, but Photoshop, I've just closed it as well, to somehow ensure that there is no issue with anything, there's no error or something. Yeah, I really didn't know why it happened. I really still don't know why it happened. But what I know is that I'm relatively dark. So this should do the thing. This should also do the thing. I'm very sorry that I haven't done anything in terms of the preparation before. But something that is very important, if you're just watching this episode, I really want you to know that there is also a podcast version of that, which means that it is an audio version of that, or audio only version of that, which means that you are able to save quite a lot of time and still consume this exact episode. Nothing is edited, nothing is just changed or something, but you're able to save some time, because you can walk your dog, you can work out, you can do anything what you want to do, and just consuming this episode. And yeah, that's good, and that's amazing, that's great. So all the links should be down in the description, to the podcast, to all the other social media websites that I'm having, or social media sites that I'm having. But yeah, I do not want to waste any more time, because I want to talk about Elon Musk. I want to talk about this fantastic and very, very interesting person, and also about Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. But yeah, there they are. So the article is called Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett agree now is the best time to be alive. And it is actually the case. It is actually relatively interesting that they are talking about this, because Gary Vee was also talking about it, for quite some time. And I think it is actually right, because economy is great, health is great, life expectations are really great, and technology is great. Technology is evolving. We all are evolving. I think just economy is also going to evolve. There is going to be a recession just pretty soon, maybe, because it has been really, really good for quite a long time. And this just really could tell that something is not going to be good in a bit, in a bit of time. And we hope not. I hope not, at least. But it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. But I'm just having to look for my remote. There it is. So that I'm even brighter, so that I'm having an extra light in front of me. And this should do the thing. Yeah, now I'm definitely brighter. So yeah, I'm going to start reading. This amazing article, because I've already read it, which is actually pretty good, because now I'm able to just read it pretty much with a lot of confidence, or at least more confidence than before, because my reading abilities are really not the best, even after, I don't know, so many articles and summaries that I went through. It is nearly insane. But yeah, Elon Musk is an optimist. There is no better time to be alive, Musk says. Humanity can address a lot of the suffering that occurs in the world and make things a lot better. I think a lot of times people are quite sort of negative about the present and about the future. But really, if you are a student of history, when else would you really want to be alive? Musk said Tuesday at a Neuralink event at the California Academy of Science. And I really have to agree with him, because the case is that, nothing has been better than it is now. Like, economy has been worse just before now. Life expectations have been worse before now. And quite everything has been worse before now. We are basically having everything. And I do just also have to say that non-first world countries, so developing countries, they are also really developing. I can't give you an exact example, but everything is just getting better and better and better, which is amazing, which is really amazing. We just, I don't know, like also with, illnesses and all those things, we've just also been really involving, and it is amazing. It is great. It is just, it is just amazing and great. There is no better words that can actually, kind of describe that. It is insane. It is insane how good we're having it. And the problem there is that I'm seeing often is that people are still very, very negative. People are really indeed really negative about everything, really about everything. And they're like, okay, nowadays everything is so bad, just back in the days everything was so cool and whatsoever. And that's complete bullshit, first of all. And second of all, we are having it great, and even though, you might be having a bad day once or twice or even 50 times a year, we're still having it really great. It is amazing, it is amazing what we are having, it is amazing how we are having it, just let alone the internet, just alone the internet. It is just amazing, it just really got us to a really different place, businesses and, personal lives in general. And no, it wasn't really bad, or it is not bad. Internet didn't make us bad. It is merely just, pretty much emphasizing who we are. We have always been this certain person, but social media kind of enables us to just be that person on ecstasy. Quite. Quite really, But, because so many people are kind of complaining about social media and about the internet and all those things, that they are so bad and they are just really making us worse persons and whatsoever. But they don't. We have been worse, and or people have been worse. People have been just looking for certain things. People have been just a certain kind of person. And social media just has emphasized that, and also actually gave them a reason to emphasize that. But let's actually move on. Let's not raise kind of things. But so now is the best time, pretty much. Those who think the past is better have not read enough history, Musk said. And the funny thing is, Bill Gates also agrees with that. Bill Gates has read his history and he makes a similar argument to Musk. As evidence, Gates uses examples from psychologist and Harvard professor Steven Pinker's book, Enlightenment Now. In 1920, the average person spent elf is actually 11 in German. Sometimes it actually happens that I'm mixing up those languages, which will happen, I guess, just in the future as well. But in 1920, the average person spent 11.5 hours each week doing laundry. And in 2014, that fell to an hour and a half. Gates writes on his blog, Gates Notes. It is actually a really, 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 really amazing blog. You should check it out and you should read some things there, because he's also spreading his just, reading lists and what books he actually recommends. You read and suggests you read. Which is amazing, which is really amazing. So he also knows that the global IQ score is rising 3 IQ points each decade thanks to better nutrition and a cleaner environment aiding in brain development. The world is getting better even if it doesn't always feel that way, Gates wrote in the 2018 post. Then there's Warren Buffett. And the funny thing is, Warren Buffett as well really addressed that and also believes in that. He also believes that now is actually the best time, even though there might have been just some recessions in, I don't know, 2008. Like, well, it is actually a reason why now is way better, because we had no recessions from 2008 until now, at least not a really big one, as far as I know, at least. We haven't had, of course, we have had some epidemias, if they're called like this, because I don't know. And of course, we had some issues with, countries and wars and whatsoever, but we haven't had a world war, fortunately. We haven't had just some, really big catastrophical incidences or accidents or whatever that, like Fukushima or something, and or like Chernobyl, and then all those things. Like, yeah, it's been really great for quite some time now, and which, I don't know, which leads people like me that are thinking quite a lot about everything quite, and lead to the thought of, okay, when it is getting worse, when it is getting bad, when is there something, or when does something come up that is really bad and fucked up? Because it has been good for such a long time that, I don't know, chances are relatively high, to be honest. But I do not want to be negative here, I do just want you to see how good it is now, that you can enjoy now and that you can work now, Yeah. Let's see what Warren Buffett says, let's see what he's spreading, let's see what he's talking about. So then there's Warren Buffett. While the investor urges that the stark wealth inequality in America needs to be addressed, he says capitalism and the country's growing wealth help make this the best time to be alive. Early Americans, we should emphasize, were neither smarter, early Americans, we should emphasize, were neither smarter nor more hardworking than those people who toiled century after century before them. But those venturesome pioneers crafted a system that unleashed human potential, and their successors built upon it. Buffett wrote in his 2016 letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. If you don't know that, Berkshire Hathaway is actually his company, and it is worth like several billions, as he is actually. But yeah. So the result is that each generation leads a better life than the past. Hopefully, well, I can't validate that because I'm really not educated in this space, but it would actually be a really great thing to believe or to have. It would really be amazing. So this economic creation will deliver increasing wealth to our progeny far into the future. Yes, the building up of wealth will be interrupted for short periods from time to time. It will not, however, be stopped, Buffett says. I will repeat what I've both said in the past and expect to say in the future years. Babies born in America today are the luckiest crop in history. Though it may seem easy to have such optimism when you're a billionaire like Musk, Gates, and Buffett, Gates says he's optimistic about the future because I know that advances in human knowledge have improved life for billions of people, and I'm confident they will keep doing so. And it is amazing. It is really amazing that Gates actually believes in the whole humanity, isn't it? Because, of course, there are shitty people. And of course, there are some people that are maybe not be doing so good for humanity. But I also believe that we are just progressing. We will progress, especially technology will progress. It is insane. It is just insane. It really is insane. What technology is providing for us nowadays, it is insane. We are having folding phones. It is just insane. It's insane. We weren't able to even think about that, I guess, 10 years ago. And it is just insane how fast everything is evolving and how just fast everything is growing as well. It is just really insane, what we are getting to. And yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm seeing my flying cars in the future. I'm really looking forward to that. It is insane. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is actually something that I can expect in 50 years or 60 years, which is actually one of the reasons why I'm so glad that I'm just like a baby. I'm 18 years old. This is nothing. It is really nothing. And I'm really happy, that I'm able to see so many things in the future and maybe even just have an unlimited life. Maybe I'm not even gonna die. Maybe my kid's not gonna die. Would be interesting, would be interesting and it is going to be interesting what we are going to come up with, with what technology and medicine, drugs, whatever it is, it's going to be really amazing. I hope, at least. I hope we are going to progress as fast as we have been in the last, I don't know, decade, I have to say, because I don't know if I can tell, because I'm just such a young person, but I kind of believe and I kind of just, I don't know, I seem to have seen it that we have just been really exponentially growing the past few years in terms of technology, in terms of new technology and whatsoever. It is really insane, and it is really interesting, for me as well, because I'm really into technology. I really like to read and watch and hear about technology, especially when it is something new that is emerging. But yeah, I've also found a new article or a new interview from Elon Musk. And this interview is basically transcribed from Marques Brownlee's video and also just interview with Elon Musk, which are linked here. The first one, please don't load, thank you. And the second one here. And I think I've watched both of them. They both are pretty interesting articles. Videos. They're both really, really interesting videos. And I think you can then also kind of see how Elon Musk is doing in terms of what his personality is like and how he's speaking. And somehow I do have to say it is not like a really big press conference and whatsoever. It is just a video on YouTube with another YouTuber, and it is just really interesting to see how he is doing that and what they are talking about. And we're actually talking about some highlighted things that the Inc.com website is highlighting here. And which is, so the first question, so to actually get the full interview and actually get the full experience of the interview, I would totally suggest you to go through those two videos as well, because I don't think they're too long. I think they are 20 minutes or something, maybe longer, because I don't know. Oh, so the first video seems to be under 18 minutes and the second one is 15 minutes. Okay, so which adds up to 30 minutes or something. And I guess if you really want to know that and if you really want to just have the full experience, 30 minutes isn't that bad, I guess. 30 minutes is actually the exact same length that I'm having with my videos. So yeah, just for scale purpose. So here are a few highlights from Musk's remarks, slightly edited for clarity, because this is really important, because people sometimes talk about something, happens to me really often, and it pisses me on so much. People talk and then they stop the sentence and talk about something different because they think about something different. And for me, when I'm editing my videos, it is just happening so fucking often. It is insane, and it is really not good, just because I have to cut it out and I have to just somehow mix things together. And I would be a cook, but I'm not a cook. I like to cook, by the way, but I'm not a cook. I'm not gonna stick things together, because cooks don't. Yeah, because cooks really stick things together. This is what cooks do. Or chefs actually. This is what chefs do. Did you know that chefs do stick things together with glue and something? Never mind. Never really mind. So on what he does all day when he is at Tesla. So what does Elon Musk do when he is on Tesla? I think a lot of people don't realize I'm basically just in the factory, in design or engineering meetings or in production. I think sometimes people think I spend a lot of time on Twitter. I don't know why they would think that. And then he's laughing. And he's actually not spending a lot of time on Twitter. The thing is that he's spending a lot of time at work. And if you have just been gone through the other Elon Musk interview that I've been featuring on this channel, I might be linking it down in the description. If you just want to check it out. He said that he's working 120-hour days, which is quite, if you divide it by 7, because I somehow was assuming that he's working 7 days a week. Then he was actually working for 14 hours a day, which is 3 times more than I don't know. Well, no, it's actually not 3 times, but if you have the week, which is 120 hours, it is basically 3 times as much as a normal quote unquote person would be working, because 40 hours a week is the normal in Austria. I don't know what it is like in your place, but it is quite the norm or normal thing in Austria. The thing is, it is insane. 17 hours, 18 hours a day, which actually leaves you with even not 8 hours for sleeping, is just insane. It's really insane. And he was doing it, because he wanted to make Tesla big. And now Tesla is really big. Something that I actually was thinking about today. It was today as well, because today, as I was walking home, I've actually seen a Tesla, and I always see Teslas. Like, I'm seeing quite a lot of Teslas, and the thing is, it is a really new brand. It isn't an old brand like, I don't know, Audi is, or Porsche is, or BMW is, or the BMW is. The thing is, it is really new. It is a new emerging. I don't know when it was founded, though. I just only know when it just started to spread, and it was like, I don't know, we're having 2019 now. It might have been 2017, 16, something like this. So it is a really new company, and they've still been able to just really get a lot of sales and really get a lot of money and really just make a product that is good and make a product that people actually want to buy. It is insane. It is insane how well they did that. But the next question that Elon had to answer on how he gets people excited about Teslas. We really put all the money into and attention into trying to make the products as compelling as possible. The way to sell any product is through word of mouth. The key is to have a product that people love. Generally, people, if they are at a party or talking to a friend or whatever, you'll talk about the things that you love. If you just like something, it is okay. You're not going to care that much. But if people love it, you're going to talk, and then that will generate generous word of mouth. And that is basically how our sales have grown. We don't spend any money in advertising or endorsements. So anybody who buys our car, they just bought it because they like the car, and it is genuine. And I think it is really important for me to also point out that word of mouth is still a thing that is so relevant. It is just insane. It is insane how relevant and how important word of mouth is. Like, I don't know, as he said, if you're having a product that is just really good, people are going to talk about it. If I'm just having something, me actually talking about Anchor, the platform that I'm using to distribute my content in terms of the podcast, is just an insanely good platform. And this is why I speak about it. This is why I speak so often about it. This is why I tell people to just use Anchor. This is why I'm doing this, because I know and I've experienced for a year now that this is actually a really great and amazing platform to use, because it is free. You can actually make money with it. It is just insanely good. The design is good. The whole platform is good. The user interface is good. The support is amazing. Like, what do you want more? It is an amazing platform. So if you want to have a podcast, if you want to make a podcast, if you want to distribute your podcast, your content, then I would totally just suggest you to use Anchor. It is Anchor. It is insane. It is free. You can make money with it. It is really easy to use, and you can only just use your phone as well. Just download the app, and now you basically can start doing your podcast. And this is quite it. It is really insanely easy. But yeah. Let's move on with Elon Musk and his answers to questions. So on whether he thinks a $25,000 Tesla is possible. Yeah, absolutely. The key to making things affordable is design and technology improvements as well as scale. If you think of, like, say, phones, the earliest cell phones, like in the original movie Wall Street, the guy is walking down the beach and he's carrying a massive phone, and it could do was phone. And not just calling somebody. And it had 30 minutes of battery life at the time. In the absence of technology improvements, no amount of money, no amount of scale could have made that phone affordable. There had to be a lot of engineering iterations, a lot of design iterations, and we are probably, I don't know, on the 30th version of a cell phone. And with each successive design iteration, you can add more capability, you can integrate more things, and you can figure out better ways to produce it. So it actually gets better and cheaper. It is a natural progression of any new technology. It takes multiple versions and a large volume to make it affordable, which is actually the case. Like, if we would be selling like 2 iPhones, then they would be just massively expensive. The thing that I was seeing there also in the first take that I had on this episode is that no, it is not getting cheaper. Like iPhones and, I don't know, the newest phones, whether it be Samsung, whether it be iPhone, whether it be just OnePlus One, whether it be, I don't know, like Nokia fucked up. They really fucked up. But the thing is, the new phones, they're massively expensive. They're so incredibly expensive, like $1,200. It is insane. It is just insane, It is also insane that people actually are willing to just, actually pay that price. And the thing is, not people, but Apple has seen that they can't do this any longer. They can't only just provide and or make really, really, really premium devices any longer. And I think they have even announced that there's going to be a cheaper iPhone in the next kind of realm or next kind of era of iPhone 11, I guess. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to see whether they actually are doing this and if there's actually something that I could buy, because I'm really not willing to buy myself a phone for $200. Well, no, what I'm saying, $200, $500, $600, $700. I'm actually willing to buy a phone that is like $300, $400, because this is still enough for me, at least. Because I'm not making any money, I'm not having a job. I'm like, I can't pay for a phone that is 1.2 fucking K. I can't do that. Some people can, and this is okay, but I can't. The next questions, because there are 2 questions left. On previous mistakes, the Model X was definitely an exercise in hubris. The X is an amazing car, but we kind of got carried away with the art and technology. Obviously, you want great art and you want great technology, but we did get a little distracted from our mission, which was to advance the cause of electric vehicles. And it probably delayed us a little bit with the Model 3 as well. And now, Elon Musk on the future of Tesla, it is a tough strategic call between focus and wanting to do a bunch of different models. I think we want to try doing 2 at the same time, and then if we are good with that, then we can just try doing 3 at a time. A lot of the other manufacturers, they will do like 12 at a time, because they are bigger than us, and they are really bigger. I've been talking about it before, like, I don't know, BMW, Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, and all those great and amazing brands, they have been just around for, I don't know, centuries. Let's actually see. BMW founded. Let's actually see. So it seems to be founded in March the 7th, 1916 in Munich, Germany. And Mercedes-Benz was founded 10 years later. The funny thing is, Audi was founded in 1909. Really, really, really interesting to see that, because I don't know. I actually thought that Volkswagen would be the first one, or would have been the first one, but they've actually been founded in 1937, so actually a little bit later. But now they're basically owning everything, I guess. So they are having. What are they having? Is it called the Volkswagen Group or something? Volkswagen. Yeah, it is actually called Volkswagen Group. Let's actually see what they have. I think they have. Do they have Audi or Audi actually? Because I don't know. The group. No, I don't want to have the group. No. Thanks. Never mind. The group. So there. What the fuck? I didn't know that. So 12 brands on the move. Volkswagen, obviously Bentley, which is something I didn't know. I didn't know that they're actually having some luxurious fucking brand there. Besides Porsche, I guess. Ducati. If you know that, I just only know them from motorbikes or motorcycles. Audi, they're actually having Audi and Bugatti. They're having Bugatti? Nah, they're not having that. What the fuck? It is like an empire. And they're also having Lamborghini and Seat and Scania. I don't know Scania, but I know Lamborghini or Lamborghini. Why? Like they're having everything. Actually, it's Skoda or Skoda, I think, because it is like Czech or something. Porsche. Man. It is like, or man, whatever it is, I don't know. The thing is, they have everything, don't they? Like, it is insane. It is just insane. They're having really every fucking brand that people are driving. Like, the only things that they are not having is like 71. What is 71? 71 what? Oh, 71 just production factories or something. I don't know. The thing is, like, they're having everything. The only thing that they're not having is BMW, Mercedes. And this is actually quite it. Ford, obviously, they're not having Ford, and also not Chevrolet, and what is there anything else? Is there anything else? Like, of course, there's something, but like just really big ones, because they obviously have really big ones. Like Skoda is just really popular in Europe as at least. Audi, or the Audi actually, is also just very, very popular. Volkswagen themselves, they're really popular. Lamborghini is like, rich people have it. And Bugatti, yeah, rich people have it. And Porsche, like, yeah, rich people have it. Is the Mercedes group or Mercedes group, are they having something? Or actually the Daimler AG or Daimler AG? I think they're not having anything, aren't they? Or haven't they? Haven't they? Aren't they? Whatever. Do they have something? I don't know. The thing is, well, never mind. But, I've been thinking about my podcast and I've been thinking about adding something new. And I came up with something, fortunately, which is Quora questions. Because, as you might know, and therefore we're actually having a new section. And this new section is blue. Yeah. Why is this new section blue? I honestly have to admit that I don't know. I don't know why it is blue. But what I know is that there are some questions, and there are some questions from people that somehow tagged me. I still don't know how you can do that, but if you want me to ask and actually answer a question from you, then either hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or on any other social media platform that I am on as well. The links are down in the description, or still the links are down in the description, and or you hit me up on Quora and or tag me and add me on Quora and ask me a question there. I've actually, because I went through all these exact same things before, there's actually something or some question that I already went through. The thing is, should I still be going through it? Because it actually was quite a good one, if I remember correctly. It is quite a good one. You know what? I'm not going to search for it because I do not want to waste your time. But I'm just going to go through one of them. Or is it actually, I think it is like, is it like here or something? I think there's actually like here or something. I'm actually using the silence then to just work with a little bit of noise reduction, because I'm actually having quite a lot of noise in the background relatively often, or actually always, because of the fans of my PC and whatsoever, because I'm relatively close to the PC, which is like pretty bad, but I think noise reduction does its thing relatively well. Like, it is obviously not as good as just having no fucking fans around or something, but it is just better than having them in the background. I at least think, at my point of view. But, yeah, let's actually just scroll down and just see. I'm seeing a lot of productivity questions here, It is really, like, I don't know, let's take this one. The funny thing is, so what can I do in 5 minutes every morning to add meaning to my life? The thing is, I don't know if I've actually been answering this question just in the episode that I've had to discard, unfortunately, or in the episode that I've actually uploaded. I don't know, like, it's fucked up, but I'm not going to take this one, I'm taking this one. So has someone recommended that you cut down on your social media usage? And how did you feel about advice, and what did you do? Is this something that somebody did to me, or somebody forced me or asked me to do? I guess actually not, as far as I know. And as far as I remember, it was actually not the case. But the thing is, why would you? Why would you? Would you then just still, I don't know, would you watch some TV instead because it is better? Because I don't think it is yeah, I don't think it is better. Would you read a book? Okay, it is another medium. It is another medium of just information, another medium of entertainment, another medium of value. It is just another medium. The thing is, of course, to some degree, every medium has its advantages and disadvantages. Books have been around for so many time, or for so long time. There's just a lot of information in there. And sometimes you're actually finding some information in books that you wouldn't be able to find, at least not as fast as in books, in the internet or on the internet or on social media or whatever. But should you cut it down? The thing is, people are often like demonizing social media for just making, that social media is actually making people bad. But as I was talking about it before, like it only just exposes people pretty much, because it provides a platform, because it provides some reason for people to just be how they are in a maybe, in an ecstasy version, basically. So I'm just thinking about it. But the thing is it making us bad? No, we are bad. Is it making us just, I don't know, just kind of interesting in terms of, okay, we are just living for fucking likes? No, because we have always been living for just, I don't know, admiration of other people. I think this has always been a case. It's been just with cars, what cars you're driving just back in earlier days, and now it is just social media likes and or followers or whatever it is. But should you? I would say if it is actually handicapping you in terms of, okay, you're just really wasting a lot of time on social media that you could be using just actually doing something that you would like to do, or that it is smarter to do, like working on your business, and or just, I don't know, say something else, something else like building a business, something that is just smart, like going for your dreams, recording episodes, just making a podcast, making a YouTube channel, all those things, then you should totally cut, and you definitely have to cut. But if it is like a part of what you're doing, like it is for me, then no, I'm not gonna cut it. I'm gonna be on these platforms. I'm gonna be on social media. I'm gonna try to just really put out as much content on these platforms as I possibly can. And I sometimes just have to be on these platforms to provide content or to make content there, because like, how should I make stories without just being on fucking Instagram? Wouldn't be possible. The thing is, think about it on your own. Like, people just demonize everything that is new. It seems actually to be the case. It's been the exact same thing for TVs as well. When I've been a little bit younger, it's been like, okay, just please don't let your kids watch TV for longer than an hour or something, because then they just are gonna get dumb or whatever they're gonna do. It is really interesting. But actually kind of ask yourself how you're feeling about it. Ask yourself if you're just feeling bad because of it. And if you're feeling bad because of social media, then of course limit the time that you're spending on social media, and or change the people that you're following and change the content that you're consuming in general. But I really have to thank you for being with me on this amazing journey through these articles, and I really hope that this episode is going to be okay, and that this episode is going to be actually not broken. I really hope that. But I really have to thank you from the bottom of my heart that you actually went through this one with me, and I'm so happy about that. Leave a like, and or if you dislike, just rate the podcast and also the video, and also subscribe to the podcast and also the video if you've liked it, and if you do not want to miss out on any really value or any real value that I can provide for you in the future. It would be amazing for me. It would just mean the world for me. It really would, because I'm obviously putting in a lot of work in here. But I wish you the best health, of happiness, and also success. And I also hope that you're going to remind yourself how you're going to be remembered, which means your legacy, because we totally can shape it. Still, no matter how generous and no matter how nice you are, there's still going to be someone that hates you because of some various reasons. And also think about your purpose, and some questions that might help you with that are: why are you on this planet? Why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is pissing you off the most? Which is basically also a pretty good question for you to find out about some business ideas, because often it is like, okay, people start with what they have been really bothered by in the first place. But I hope everything is good, is okay with this episode. I really hope that, and I see you the next time, hopefully.